Alright, hello everybody, and it's time for a weekend update, even though this weekend update is like really old and from 2 weeks ago. But first things first, I'm going to start off with my shout outs for donations. And the first person I would like to shout out is going to be Outside the Box Software, which is the first company ever to give me a donation for my track career. So I really thank you for that. And I guess you could say I promote you, I guess, somehow, some way, some shape or form. Anyway, so thank you for your donation. It's actually going towards my next meet, which is at Jim Bush. So now that I've got part of that meet covered, I'm in the meet. I just got to get there and stay somewhere. So still got a ways to go. But that's my first ever shout out for my track career, and I thank you for it. You guys are the first people that I'm promoting. So if you guys want to know what it is, it's an app company. They make apps. I believe they have 4 different ones, so you guys can go check that out. Outside of that, this is going to be a weekend update on from 2 weeks ago at a meet in LA that I can't really remember right now. But anyways, I'll just jump right into it. I ended up running 13:66, which is slower than what I've been running, and I'll just talk about the race itself. It was horrible. So I get there, I'm really excited to run because like I'm really fresh, my legs are fresh, I feel fresh, and then I'm just really excited because I've had this whole week to like prepare and train and all of that fun stuff. So I get there, it's a warm day, like really hot outside, so it's like whenever there's warm weather, you kind of know like, oh, I'm probably gonna have a really good meet today. I'm probably going to run really well. So I warm up. Everything feels like really good. My trail leg is quick. My lead leg is quick. There's a few like Olympians and other professional athletes walking around. So it's like, okay, cool. So there's an audience here and there's competition here. So this is going to be a good meet. I have lane 4, which is like one of the fastest heats. 4, 5, 6 are typically the fastest lanes. I have 4. And I'm like, all right, we got some good competition. I got a good lane. Like, this is going to be a really good meet. I do my starts to start off with like warming up wise because we always do like starts to make sure your blocks work. So I don't really like my blocks, and I'm like, they're really finicky, and I was just playing with them. Those really huge red ones were like the spike plate's like this big, and you probably only use about like this much of it. So it's really annoying, but they had those at the indoor meet, and so I was like, okay, well, they have these, let me go ahead and use these because these are probably the blocks I'm going to be using when I get to that level. I probably shouldn't use those blocks now that I think about it, but that's just what I was thinking at the time. They had the normal blocks that I train with there, but I was like, let me just, random environment, these are the only things available, what do you do? Like, so that's why I use those blocks. And I shouldn't have, but I did anyway, so I get in my blocks, I go out, like, starts, like, phenomenal. I feel really good over the first 3 hurdles. I'm like, all right, I'm going to run that 13 flat today, so I'm super juiced. And so the guy is like, the meet's running really fast, so he's like, are you guys ready? Because you can start now, or can wait another 10 minutes before your race is actually supposed to go off. So I'm standing there, and all the girls are kind of just standing around, and no one's really saying anything. So I'm just like, yeah, we're ready, like, we can go. And everyone's like, yeah, we can go. So he's like, all right. So he like lines us up, and we take all our sweats off or whatever. And he's like, all right, so everyone get in your blocks. We get in our blocks. Yeah, we're doing our normal routines or whatever. And then he shoots us off. So I must have had like the most powerful start ever in my entire life because my back block slips out of the little socket thing, so I have like no leverage or anything to push off of. So I like fall out of my blocks like not even the first step because I couldn't take a step. So that was really bad. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but something happened to my blocks and me when I was starting to where I slipped out of my blocks on the first step. So for like a fraction of a second, I was very angry because I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, when we're in like high stress situations, we take in so much more information than when we're just going about our daily lives. So I'm thinking like a million miles a minute, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I just slipped out my blocks. Are they going to shoot the gun again? And all while I'm thinking this, like I'm running to the first hurdle, I'm like the last person over the first hurdle out of the blocks. And then the second hurdle is like horrible. And then the third hurdle, like my steps are so off that I'm thinking like maybe I should just stop running. And for that split second, I was like, it was like the fourth hurdle by the time, because like the race is still going and I'm still running. So I'm thinking like maybe I should stop. But then I think, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to run this race because this may happen to me somewhere else down the line. And if I don't show up now or create good habits now, then down the line I'm going to just repeat the same thing over again. So then I kick it into high gear around like hurdle 5 or 6. I don't know what hurdle it was. Some hurdle like towards the end of the race. And so I slowly like regain positioning and I end up winning the race. And my last 4 hurdles were probably the fastest hurdles I've ever had in my life because I'm trying to catch everybody. Well, I'm not going to say that I was worried about what everyone else was doing, but I showed up to compete. Like I was there, I didn't want to lose, and I just knew that given the circumstances that I had to work with what I had, which was nothing. So with that being said, I pretty much just gave everything that I had over the last 4 hurdles, and it ended up putting me at a 13:66 time, which I'm assuming is really good considering I was the last person over the hurdle. I slipped out of my blocks. Over about 3 hurdles, I was contemplating whether or not I should keep running, and then I decided that I should just keep running and try hard. So it's really weird because like you can feel, it's a different flow when all that goes through your brain. Like the decision I made to keep running, it just felt like I went into like super combat mode or something, and I was just like lollygagging over the first hurdles. I was like, nah, forget that, and then I just like took off running. So watching it, it was probably really interesting because most people were like, what the heck is that girl doing? And then I like ran it super fast out of nowhere. And then the girls in the race are probably wondering the same thing, like, what the heck? Like, you come in here with this fast time and then you're like in the back. I can't stand when people do that. But in the end, you know, I competed. I did what I have been taught to do, which is hurdle, and I worked with what I had, and I came out with I would say a very decent time considering what I had to work with. So the lesson that I learned from that meet was pretty much not to give up because you never know what the outcome is going to be. So with that being said, one thing that I hope you guys take away from that is even if in your race, like it's the worst race of your life, you never know how it's going to end. So just keep trying and keep running, or change something in your mindset to where you know that you're just going to give everything that you have. And in the end, if you give everything you have and you don't get the result that you want, at least you know you tried and that you tried hard. So that's all that I have for my weekend update. And when I run again in like 2 weeks, I think you'll have another one. So outside of that, hope you guys have a good day. And go download my free ebook, a guide for the beginning hurdler. It's at serenawilliams.net, and then while you're there, you can drop a donation if you like, get a shout out or a mention on my blog or other cool things. I'll write a workout for you and some other cool marketing stuff. But all donations are welcome. I really appreciate it. It really does go towards my track career. So yeah, outside of that, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.